What's going on, everybody? My name is Rory, and welcome to the first official video on my snake YouTube channel. I've been wanting to start this channel for a while, and a lot of people have wanted me to make some videos on some of the snakes that I keep in the enclosures that I have set up. And so we're finally here today with my very first video. We're going to be showing you the mottled rock rattlesnakes that I keep in my enclosure here, and we're going to be going through some of the components that go into setting this up. And then I'm going to pull out the snakes. We're going to learn a little bit about them, and you're just going to get to see these really cool creatures. So I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and let's hop into this video.
Now, the first really cool thing about this, guys, is that I have a camera, so I can see what's going on in this cage, even when I'm at work, as long as I have Wi-Fi. It's a Roku indoor camera, and I absolutely love it. It has night vision. It doesn't swivel, but the snakes don't really move it at all, and I just think it's really cool to be able to see into your snake's enclosure. Whew, it's getting pretty hot in here, guys. I gotta get out of here.
So I went ahead and removed the sliding glass doors just so we could take a little bit of an in-depth look inside of this enclosure. So as you can see up here in the top corner, we have the Roku camera, the indoor Roku camera, and I actually fold the cord up right there, as you can see, so that we can close and open the door, and it just kind of slips right over the glass. It doesn't really affect anything. I try not to open this sliding glass door unless I absolutely need to. But yeah, I just think it's an easier way than drilling. I just don't really like drilling a lot of holes in my enclosure. And we have a screen mesh top that has the UVB and all that good stuff, and the halogen and the LED and all that great stuff that gives this place an amazing spectrum of light, as you can see. Just some of the aesthetics that we have in here. We have some Cholla Wood, some magnolia leaves. I actually collected these myself from a garden here in Texas that had a whole bunch of magnolia trees. We have some live succulents, and if y'all want to know what kind of substrate mix I use, I will make sure to add that at the end of the video. These succulents grow great. I had a few that failed, but these are really thriving. So they don't require a lot of water, which is really good because this is a desert dwelling species, and they don't really need a lot of water like that. And as you can see right here, we have a real coyote skull, and I have a few jaw pieces right here. And then we have a manzanita branch, which is really awesome. I actually got a lot of this stuff right here from the Bio Dude. The Bio Dude, cannot recommend him enough. Everything that I use in this enclosure, I will put in the link in the description of this YouTube video, just so in case you needed to find any of this, you will be able to. Over here on the left side, I have some fake foliage, just because I like to give them a little bit more privacy, and I don't think I could grow anything this big in this deserty enclosure, just because I don't have deep enough substrate, so it's probably not good for larger plants that need more area to spread out their roots. So I have some fake foliage over here, which I think is absolutely great. These rock backgrounds from Universal Rocks are absolutely stunning. And these rocks right here, these flat basking rocks, and then I have some pillars. These were actually custom cut by Blue Zoo. I sent him pictures of my snakes. He matched the color perfectly. They blend in with these rocks just like they do in their natural environment. I also have some really cool seed pods for aesthetics. These are some lotus seed pods and monkey nut seed pods. Now, a lot of this stuff is not you know, local or native to the rock rattlesnake range, but a lot of it is just for enrichment, and it really makes the snake feel like it's in a more natural environment, and it gives it more places to hide, and just a lot more enrichment overall. Then we have just the water bowl right here in the corner, easy, accessible, right next to the corner of the cage, so I don't have to reach my hands in. And if we go in here, we could probably see the snake, if I can just lift this up, and nah. NANI? I'm just kidding, y'all. I got the snakes already out of the enclosure. You really think I'm about to reach in there and touch some rattlesnakes? Come on, guys. Y'all are crazy. But let's go ahead and now that we're done with this little tour, I will show y'all the beautiful rock rattlesnakes. Let's get it. So as you can see, everybody, this is my mottled rock rattlesnake whale, Crotalus lepidus, and he is an absolutely gorgeous specimen. These snakes actually vary depending on where they're found. This guy is actually from what we call 277 is his locality, which is Highway 277 here out of South Texas, is where these guys are usually found, typically at high elevation, so not a lot of people see them often. Not a lot of people in Texas know that these rattlesnakes actually exist, and they vary heavily depending on the environment that they're in. They can go anywhere from gray to black to brown and a whole bunch of other colors. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this guy in the enclosure, and then I will show you the female. A little bit of cool fact about these guys is that their rattle right here is actually made out of keratin, which is the same stuff that your fingernails are made out of. And every time they shed, they get a new rattle starting at the base of their tail, and the other one disconnects, and it kind of interlocks like puzzle pieces, allowing them to rattle when they get agitated, nervous, or defensive. So if you can zoom in on that, he's probably just going to go right back to the back and hide. A lot of rattlesnakes are fight or flight, and this guy is just, he's flight. You know, they're either really defensive and they'll choose to stand their ground, or, you know, they'll flee to a place to hide, and that's what usually these little babies do. So as you can see right there, he is trying to go into his little enclosure, or his little house. We'll get pretty close up here. He is just hanging out, keeping an eye on us. I'm going to have to put these doors back on now, just so I can turn my back and we can show you the female. And there he goes, out to the back of the little fake grass. Awesome sauce. Now, as you can see, everybody, this is Cinder. I actually didn't put the doors back on because Whale kind of dipped out to the back, so I think we're fine right now, and I got a good eye on it. But this is Cinder. This is the female mottled rock rattlesnake, Crotalus lepidus lepidus, and she's a little more flighty than my boy Whale over here. She likes to hide, and that's kind of why I added all that extra foliage, just to kind of make her feel a little bit at home. She only really comes out at night, too. She just doesn't like being out during the day and seeing all that's going on. Every once in a while, I will catch her basking, but it's a rare sight. And she varies just a little bit. As you can see, she has a lot more of that mottling on them, which is why they're called mottled rock rattlesnakes, if you want to zoom in on that. So they have those dark gray bands, and then they have kind of the gravel look to them. That's all that mottling. That's just, you know, the color of their scales. And she has it a lot more, so she would blend in more on, like, you know, a gravel surface, or just some really multicolored rocks that are different shades of gray and black. And she just wants to get back into this enclosure right now, so we're going to go ahead and just put her in. And I don't really like tailing her just because she's a little more finicky, so we're going to lay her right here, and I guarantee she will just make her way all the way to the back, and then we'll be able to put those doors on. But man, just look at that body next to those rocks, those granite rocks. I mean, they honestly just fit her perfectly. You could see why not a lot of people would see these snakes in the wild, just because of how much they blend into their natural habitat. And she is gone. Y'all, I really got to show some love for the actual enclosure. It is Toad Ranch. If you're a reptile keeper and you don't know what Toad Ranch is, you're not doing it right, because Toad Ranch has been making these amazing PVC enclosures for years now, and they are the total underdogs, I believe, of the reptile world. They make these awesome, super thick PVC panels and these luxury fronts that come in many different shades and different kind of wood grains, and they go together beautifully like a charm. I built this one in literally probably 30 minutes. This is a 4x2x2, and just overall the quality is there, guys. The quality is amazing. I plan to switch over all of my snakes to Toad Ranch. It's just they're so dang expensive, but let me tell you, they are expensive, but they are worth it. It's not like buying any other cage in the market, PVC cage in the market, that's $400 or $500 and you get it, and it's just a little black rectangle. I mean, this is luxury to the finest, and they are worth every freaking penny. So shout out Toad Ranch. Well, that is pretty much it, everybody, for today's video on my mottled rock rattlesnakes and my enclosure setup. Down in the bio, I'm going to be listing every single thing that comes in this cage. Every single item, I'm going to list what I used, where I got it from, show you the links, so you won't have to do any of the work for yourself. I got you, bro. And, yeah, I appreciate everybody for joining in. Hit that sub button, hit that like, share with your friends, follow, and maybe next time we'll look at some more rattlesnakes. I promise none of my enclosures are as cool as this one, but we're working on it, baby, so I'll see y'all next time. Later.